Welcome to episode 4 of the Good Games and Good Drinks podcast. You have Bryce here, along with Mr. Your Shyness.
How's it going, everybody?
And Mr. Marcus.
AKA M-.11 on PlayStation and M.111 on Xbox Live.
There we go. And as a part of the Good Games and Good Drinks
Xbox
podcast, we always talk about what we're drinking and what we're planning for the week. So for Lawrence, what are you drinking for this week?
Well, this evening it's been a rough one. So I'm having a beverage known as Dusay. If you saw last week's episode, then you probably heard me talking about it, but you couldn't see me. This is Dusay. It is a fantastic cognac made by the one and only Hova.
I like that.
Excellent flavor. Has caramel notes in there, and to be honest, it's my favorite drink right now.
Nice.
If you haven't tried it, you need to. It's
kind
of hard to find right now, so if you see a bottle, just buy it.
Yeah, it's on my my drinking backlog. If there is a thing.
You drinking it straight?
I'm right now. I'm drinking it straight. Normally, I drink it with like coconut water if I'm trying to,
Okay.
just chill. But like, if it's a hard day, just straight with a little bit of ice, and it's perfect.
Is that a fruit? Is that a orange slice in there or?
Oh no, that's ice.
Okay.
Do not mix this with Coke. If you do, I will find you.
Why not?
That's like disrespectful. I don't even like when people do it with Hennessy. But
okay.
It's
so it's like that. Like is that level of?
Yeah, it's one of those like you better not. Like
Okay.
It's like mixing your scotch with like Coke. Like you don't do that.
Yep.
It's forbidden.
That's what's up. All right, Marcus, what are you drinking for this week?
All right, so I am drinking. This is a hard one. So Stella Rosé or Rosa. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
The rosé, okay.
Yeah, so it's not Rosé. It's Stella Rosa, but it's Stella
Rosa, okay.
Stella Berry. I don't know if y'all can see
what
that.
flavor?
It's Stella Berry is the flavor.
Is Stella like a fruit or?
No, I think that's just the name of the brand.
Okay.
I don't know. But the reason why I'm drinking this, I don't even drink wine, but one of our subscribers and listeners and members of my Catch These Hands clan, he passed away last week.
Oh wow. Okay.
So this is like a dedication drink to him, Vincent. Rest in peace, respect. So I might drink this whole bottle this episode. I don't know.
There we go.
I mean,
this real quick.
we have a good fun drunk episode. Let's get this in.
All right.
Actually, that is mad tasty. Mad tasty. All right, cool. All right, what you drinking, bro?
All right. So y'all got the liquor held down. I'm going to continue with my trend for the fourth episode in a week.
Gaming.
The caffeine trend.
But it's nighttime.
It is, but I like caffeine. I'm rocking the winter edition Red Bull, which is Red Bull. Camera here. The Red Bull with pomegranate in it. Tis the season. So
Festive. Okay.
Rocking with that for this week. It's not bad. It's not the greatest. I like the traditional Red Bull flavor. So, but yeah, rocking with that.
Yo, legit, I might drink this whole bottle tonight, like for real.
Hey,
I mean,
rock it,
YOLO.
So from a game perspective, Lawrence, what games are you playing this week?
So this week I've been grinding on Final Fantasy X. There's a lot that I have to do because I died. I missed.
What happened to your leveling up the hole in the bridge and being overpowered and all this other stuff that you were talking about?
That's what I was doing, but I missed the save point because I was looking for something shiny, and it's just a ball. It's just a circle, and you have to actually be looking for. I was like, I don't know what that. So I just kept going. It looked like one of those stupid sin glows. So I kept going, and I died because I was like, oh crap.
So how much time did you waste essentially?
So look, this is what happened, right? I played it for like 2 hours. And I'm like, I had Loner, I had Slayer, like I was in there, I was good. And then I died, so I quit for a little while, and I played a game called Sushi Strikers for a second, just to de-escalate.
Sushi Strikers?
Yeah.
Is that like Fruit Ninja, the fish?
That's a weird way to put it, but no. Sushi Strikers is it's hard to it's hard to explain. Okay, so there are these different colored plates, and essentially you're matching colored plates, and the more plates you match, the stronger your power, and you empty the plates, and then you attack what's called a sushi boss.
Okay.
So it's a lot of ninja stuff. Like you're dressed like a ninja. You got like your little, like, it's a fighting game.
Okay.
And
so
you
it's not
attack
like a
with
puzzle
plates.
game.
No.
Okay.
So essentially, there's sushi that move on a conveyor belt back and forth, and let's say blue, red, and yellow are the plates. You try to get as many blue plates as you can. Higher scores get you higher combos, and then you throw your plates at the boss.
So instead of playing Final Fantasy X, you played Sushi.
I played that for a little bit because I had to de-escalate because I was hot. I was hot.
Got you. Yeah.
But I went back in. I found the save point. I'm in the sunken temple right now.
Okay.
So
you found Riku yet? No. Okay.
But I'm happy I got back to the point where I was.
Okay.
Because that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. So Marcus, what are you playing?
So okay, is it good game we're playing or game we're playing?
Either one.
Okay. So the reason why I asked that is the game I'm playing is Deathloop.
Okay.
It's if you listen to the last episode, what I'm about to say, you'll understand what I'm about to say. It's giving me BioShock vibes. So actually I was like reading like stuff in YouTube videos, like there's like I'm not the only one that thinks this. Like people say BioShock and I think it was Dishonored or something like that, but it's giving me BioShock. I'm not gonna not play it. I'm gonna try to push through to get through the story. But
is it just like slow in the beginning and it's kind of hard to kind of like
it's okay. So it's, I guess, okay, the games that have like you have one thing in one hand and then the other in the gun in one hand,
right?
In this first person, I don't particularly. I guess I don't like those type of games. I don't know. And you have, I mean, it's, I don't know. I haven't got to the story part as far as like dying and go back and then I don't know. I guess I have to play more to get all the power ups to like feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I feel the same way with a lot of games. Like the intro part is just too long, and it takes too long to get into the game. So it's like by that time you kind of lose interest and like So
well, I'm not gonna I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna try to get through it.
Yeah.
Just because I mean I hear such great things about it.
Yeah.
So
See,
I don't know, something's.
That's honestly that's how I feel about God of War. And that's why I never really got into this the latest one, because I just felt like it takes too long to really get into the action, so I lost interest in it. But
so the latest one takes too long to get into the actions, or the ones before?
The one with the boy.
Okay, yeah, I can see that because all the ones before that were like you turn on the game and it's like boss fight now.
Boss fight, God type.
So yeah.
All right. So what are you playing, bro?
So for this week, it's all about Far Cry. It's a little bit obsessive. Okay. Not gonna lie. Out of curiosity, I checked to see how many hours I'm putting into the game, and I'm literally inching up to 100 hours, and it's bad. I think I mean my goal is to beat it this weekend, so I can like have all my free time for Halo next week.
So you haven't even beat the game yet?
No, I'm doing all like side missions. Like I've been spending the majority of my time doing side missions. If I wanted to, I could probably beat the game in like 2 hours, I think.
So has it gotten repetitive yet, or it's like it's still holding your interest?
It is, yeah. I mean, it's a massive map. I mean, what you have to do is repetitive, but once you get into what you have to do, it's different. If that makes any sense at all.
I got you.
So yeah, it still feels fresh. And I'm just stuck doing all the side missions. So
it's safe to say you have yet to receive that email from
Castillo? No, I've not received that email.
Haven't been off long
enough. And I'm pretty close to killing him. So I have his son kind of on my side. So we'll see how it ends. I'm not sure how it ends. I imagine it's something to do with his son. So we'll see what happens.
I'm curious if when you beat the game and if you kill him, like, and you stop playing it because you're done with the game, if they email you then, like,
yeah,
I'm back.
I'm a ghost.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm back. Come get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Far Cry did release the first of their DLC with the boss from Far Cry 3, I think. And I think you play as the boss of Far Cry 3, I think. Which is interesting. I haven't played it yet, but apparently the next DLC is going to be you playing as the bosses of Far Cry 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, okay.
So should be interesting.
So from like, I wonder if that's like from the perspective, like you're in the game and you're just the bad guy looking at.
No, I don't think it's like in the same universe as the games. I think you're playing as the bosses in a different world. Yeah,
makes sense.
Multiverse.
Yeah, in a multiverse. There we go. Yeah, I mean that's the trend right now. I mean, Spider-Man coming out.
Facts.
All right, so I think we covered everything in the intro. I don't remember.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump.
Speaking of forgetting things,
exactly. Let's jump to the first topic. It's actually a brain game. Big Brain Academy. Lawrence, what is Big Brain Academy? What's this all about?
So, Big Brain Academy, brain versus brain, is I guess for it, in layman's terms, it's a mind game. So essentially what it is you get a bunch of like mini game style activities, and they're made to like test your reasoning, your analysis, math, logic, memory, and it takes all of these mini games and gives you like a score to say how big your brain is and how old your brain is. One of the things that this is adding, because this is the third game actually,
okay.
There are 2 games that came out before.
This is on Big Brain. This is on Switch.
This is on Switch.
Yeah.
So
Big Brain Academy was for the audience, Gotta say it for the audience.
Big Brain Academy came out on Wii, and then there was a second one that was Big Brain Academy. It was like Wii Degree, and that one also came out on the Wii. That one came out in 2007. So this is the first, like, since 2007 there has a Big Brain Academy game on a console, and this one's actually multiplayer, so we can all go head to head and say who's smarter. They're not doing online live play, but what you can do is you can play mini games online, and it saves your ghosts, and then people can play against your ghosts.
Yeah.
So they're doing that to prevent like latency issues and like connection problems. So it's a good way to fix that problem, even though like I want to play live. It's the same.
Yeah. I feel like Nintendo's not really known for the online multiplayer anyway. So it makes me feel like they're just lacking in that area because they just don't do it that often.
Yeah, they should. There's a lot of games that would be great on multiplayer, but that's just not something that they're really into, and maybe they will be in the future. But for right now, I don't even think their network has the ability to do that, and people are against paying the the new fee for the online. I believe that if a lot of people paid that premium price for the Switch Online, because now with the expansion pack, it's the same price as all the other like Gold Pass or PlayStation Plus. It's the same price as those now. So if more people adopted that, they'd be more inclined to play more online like interactive games. But everyone's like, no, that's too much. So
yeah, they got like used to it being either low fee or no fee.
Exactly.
Did y'all play Mario Kart when it was on the phone? There was like a mobile Mario Kart or something like that. It was through Nintendo. You know what I'm talking about, Lawrence?
Yep.
Did you play it?
I didn't play it. I thought about it, but I didn't play it.
Well, the reason why I asked that, because like it was multiplayer, but it wasn't multiplayer to that same point. Like I don't even know if it was like Ghost that you were playing against, but it would have been better if you can play against other people online.
Yeah, at the
so
same
I don't
time.
know why they didn't. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that.
Nintendo, what can you do? But I'm excited about that game.
I have
it comes
that
out
game
tomorrow.
Oh, it comes out tomorrow? Oh, okay.
Tomorrow.
So by the time people hear this, you have already. Can you beat the game, or is it just like?
So it's not a. You can't,
you know what I mean?
Beat the game, but what you can do, what this game does is it conditions you to. It's like working out. Like you just have to keep doing it, and your brain gets better and better, and it's something that when you work out, you get to a certain point, but you can't really stop, because if you stop, then you start to go backwards. So I'm looking forward to it because my memory's going. I'm getting older.
I mean, it's mid-30s, man. It's like you're in the prime of your life right now.
Yeah, I understand that, but the last time I played Brain Age, it said that my brain was like 36. So that was back in like 2011. So I have to be at least like 60 now.
Oh,
so is like the higher the age, the better, because you have more wisdom, or I don't understand, because if your age is like 3, then you're pretty much like just pooping in your pants and you're just sitting there. So
like,
is there like levels to?
There's like a sweet spot. So like you want your age to be between like, let's say 21 and like 40.
Okay.
Because it's based off of like how quick you're answering. So the younger you are, they say that the quicker you're answering.
Okay. I'm saying when I was 21, I did some pretty stupid stuff. So
but you did it quickly.
That's the key.
And to be honest, I'm not really sure how they're gonna score this one, because like that is a thing, and there's actually penalties for answering incorrectly. So like you don't want to end up with an old brain.
Right.
Okay. I think I have this game on the Android already. It's called Brain Test, and
no, it's different. It's Nintendo.
Have you played
Nope.
Brain Test?
Nope.
So
Nintendo.
Okay.
Wait,
okay.
Are both Nintendo, or is it like the same thing?
He's talking about it's like a mobile like phone game.
Okay.
And Big Brain Academy is a Nintendo exclusive.
All right. So when you play it next week, I want to know what your age is.
No. Ask me that like in like 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be what, episode 21.
Yeah, I need to
go back to the archives.
Get good first, and I have to finish.
So is it the same questions? So you know the answers that they give you? So that's like.
So it's not that it's questions, it's activities. So like, no matter how much math you know, I can always ask you a math question, and you have to think about it. So if I say the time right now is 3:15, I want you to tell me what time it was 85 minutes ago. That's the question that you can know, right?
That's too much thinking right there. I legit tried to figure it out just right now without having to like really think about it. I was like, nah, I can't do it right now.
Yeah. See, so like stuff like that, like it's questions that you could know if you just memorize everything, but
I just got like
Your head hurt trying to figure it out.
No. I just got like a flashback to 4th grade, and like getting ready for the standardized tests or whatever.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
C.
Oh, you remember the
C.
Constitution test?
No.
C.
Oh my gosh, so stressful, man.
All
right. Well, moving on from brain games real quick. It's kind of a wonky transition, but I want to move into a game that originally came out. I think it was last year. Super hyped up, but released with a super amount of bugs, and was definitely panned for it. Cyberpunk 2077 announced this week that they are releasing their next gen edition of the game in Q1 of next year. Cyberpunk was definitely a game that I was hyped for when it was like leading up to the release. I bought it day one. Didn't open up the package whatsoever. Started reading the reviews and was like, nah, I'm gonna wait on this one and put it like deep in my backlog. Like I don't even want to open it and play it to experience these crazy bugs. So I haven't even opened up the package for Cyberpunk yet. But I am looking forward to this next gen edition. And when it releases, I think that's gonna be my first time playing it. And I'm hoping that with the year of bug squashing and refinement over the past year and a half or whatever, that the next gen edition releases with minimal bugs and the increased resolution and frame rate of the next gen. But I don't know.
So will you have to get like a new version of it, or is it gonna transfer like the last gen version? Is it gonna like, can you upgrade to the PS or the Xbox One version?
Yeah, so on Xbox, they do have smart delivery. So if you're like an Xbox One user and you originally bought it for Xbox One, and then over the past year that it's been out, you got the Xbox Series X, you can use that same disc in your Series X, and you'll be upgraded to next gen.
Oh, that's nice.
But that's like the beautiful thing. The beautiful thing about being an Xbox owner is the smart delivery thing that's not available on PlayStation for most games.
I was about to say, because it's just a different version. I have a digital version, so I just download the PS5 version.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk gave me No Man's Sky vibes. Like No Man's Sky was so hyped, and I was so excited about No Man's Sky, and then it came out and it was just like the worst. Yeah. And then like a year and a half, 2 years later, it was a great game, but I'm like, it's too late now.
It's too late now.
So I'm hoping Cyberpunk is the same way. I haven't heard any updates on it yet as far as like gameplay. No one's talking about it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, apparently it's gotten better by miles since the time it was released. So right now it's playable. So when it was originally released, it was basically game breaking bugs. So much so to the point where I think it was PlayStation removed it from the store. Yeah, it was that bad. So now it's like playable, and it probably has like the same amount of bugs that a Ubisoft game might have. So it's at least playable. So that's saying something.
Yeah. I mean, in that same vein, I know like GTA, they have their not the digital, but the actual disc version of GTA Trilogy. Like they pushed that back. It was supposed to release actually the 7th, and the physical version got pushed back to December 17th. And then for the Switch, it got pushed back to later on in 2022. Yep. So in that same, like, they're trying to get all the bugs out the way before they try to ship it out for people to be pissed off and try to ship it back and everything. So
yeah, so
test your games, people. Test your games.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, growing up, I mean, I didn't play a ton of games growing up, but I played enough, and I don't remember like this like volume of games releasing day one with so many bugs.
It was a different world back then, because the expectation for games was you played the game and that's what you focus on. So you weren't worried about, massive open worlds, and you weren't worried about realistic graphics and like facial features and like
chopping down trees.
Yeah, one of the problems Horizon Zero Dawn had initially was the facial animation. So like they were talking badly about the facial animation, but I'm like, that game is amazing
gameplay,
and all you can pick on is a face. Who cares about facial animations? The game is great. Like
that's today's society though. That society, they're gonna find whatever to nitpick and speak negatively on. Like Halo, for instance, I'm seeing like everything that I'm seeing about Halo is just about the battle pass and the level progression and everything like that. That's a pretty like minute thing to pick on if it the gameplay is good. So
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
All I can say is, that's one of the reasons why I'm into 2D games, because it takes your focus away from, how pretty is this place, and more so on how good is this game.
Why do y'all think that is though? Like, why is there so many games being shipped with so many bugs? Is it just because like they have
pressure
the ability to fix it in post, or are they just trying to rush it out?
Development pressure. There's unrealistic expectations on like how long things are going to take and how much it's going to cost to make things do certain things. And then you have like people's expectations where they say what a game is going to be before they even know what the game is. And then it's like, there's so many people that want this, we have to make it this way, otherwise people are going to be disappointed, and they end up disappointed.
I say,
like, what was that crazy game? Spore. Either you guys remember Spore?
It sounds familiar. Yeah.
So Spore is this game where you create this thing. Like you create a single cell organism. Yeah.
Over time, it grows.
And then it evolves and it grows, and like you create friends or enemies inside of the world, and then like you can establish space travel. That game had a lot of potential, but people created something in their mind that it wasn't, and that game died. And there are also a lot of funny shaped. That game could have been a lot of fun, and it ended up not being. It ended up dying because people's expectations of what they wanted. Because when you get to space exploration, what do you want to do? I want to visit my friend's, planet.
Universe.
And it's like, I can't do that. Cut the game.
I think it comes down to one word, and that's money. Like publishers and developer companies, they want to make as much money as they can as quickly as possible. Which is why I think Call of Duty has turned into an annual release. That's why you see
software as a service is becoming a thing.
Yeah, you see like Madden, like minimal upgrades every year, but they know they can make money hand over fist if they just make incremental tweaks here and there and then re-release it. And then with these new franchises like Cyberpunk or whatever other game, they just need to, or they want to release it as quickly as possible because they want to get and make their money back as quickly as possible. So it's like this crunch to make the money, and it's like, oh no, let's just release it out the door. Because we need to make the money back.
I mean, I'm almost tempted to say I would prefer them to develop the entire game with no advertisements, and then after it's gone through QA, then you start advertising. Because once it's through QA, now you can advertise, you can get everyone's opinions, and it's probably smaller tweaks you have to make.
That's what I'm hoping they're doing with Starfield right now. But Starfield is like the next big Bethesda game. And if you're not aware, Bethesda is the developer behind Skyrim and Fallout and all those games. And was that
Deathloop?
Deathloop, yes. And they're notoriously known, at least previously, for bugs. Exactly. So I think Starfield has been in development in stealth for several years now. So what I'm hoping for is this week they recently released kind of a featurette, teasing what Starfield's going to be. So I'm hoping now that they're kind of starting their little micro marketing, that, to your point, Lawrence, they're in the QA phase. Like, the game is playable, it's not been many bugs, and we're going to take this next year to start doing marketing and kind of like polish.
So what is Starfield? Put me on game.
It's a Bethesda game. They are going to have not only bugs, but like ridiculous bugs. That's just Bethesda.
Well, hopefully not. I mean, Deathloop doesn't really have that many. I mean,
I couldn't tell you.
Like game-breaking bugs that I've heard, at least. So.
It's because it's on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Damn.
But Starfield is essentially, if you're familiar with like Skyrim, like think of like Skyrim in space. I think last week, or episode 3 or 2, one of those episodes, I said Outer Worlds was like Fallout in space. Starfield, I'd say, is like Skyrim in space.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be a little bit more grounded in reality, so that's gonna be a little interesting to see. Like, will the game
is it gonna be on
fun?
PC also?
Yeah. Yep. PC and Xbox.
There's gonna be a mod community just like there is for Skyrim, and it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. But yeah,
so what the good thing about Bethesda games is they're open to mods, and no matter what bugs are in that game, if they allow mods, the mod community is going to they're gonna fix them, and that game is gonna be great. Just like Skyrim, you download Skyrim and it looks terrible and everything's bad, and then you put some mods on there and it's like, there's the game I wanted.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, Skyrim has, almost like GTA 5, has been around for like a decade, and it still has an active community playing it every day. So even with the kind of the original bugs, like, because it does have that community following, it still has legs and still have life, even to this day. Which I'm hoping Starfield does as well. But you know, I guess we'll see what it is. It is on my. What's that?
Is there a release date?
It's Q4 of next year, 2022.
Oh, so it still has a while to go. Okay.
Yeah, it's about a year away. It is on my kind of top 5 list of games for next year for sure. So I am looking forward to it, but I'm not on the hype train yet. Because, and we'll talk about Fallout 76 a little bit later. But I kind of have a bad taste in my mouth from like previous Bethesda games. So I'm not on the hype train yet, but it's still. I'm looking forward to it. All right. So going on to some PlayStation news. So
that's me.
PS Plus for the month.
Hey.
What's going on?
Yeah. So December we got 3 games for the PlayStation Plus. First of all, we have the Godfall Challenger Edition. So Godfall was like one of the PS5 launch titles when it first came out. So this Challenger Edition though is different because it's like you're not playing the story. Like, it jumps you in right at the end. Like, you start out like in game, you got max levels, you got all the in-game modes, you got all the like weapons and armors and everything. So
I even can skip all that stuff.
Like, there's no, you don't, like, they don't even give you the opportunity to play the story. So if you want to play the story, you have to actually buy like the game. Yep. I don't know how I feel about. I mean, I guess it's cool because I know people play the game. If they're still playing the game and you have friends to play the game, then like they're already max level, so you don't want to start like level 1 and take all that time to play the game to try to get to where they want to get to. So yeah.
Is it an RPG or?
It's an action RPG. It's an action RPG. It's like you hack and slash.
Yep.
Monsters and stuff like that.
That makes me wonder, like, has there been a game where you start off with like full power, massive weapons, the most powerful weapons, and then you decline throughout the game? So like you start at level 100 and then you end the game at level 1,
like a Benjamin Button
and then you
game,
and then you beat the game on level 1.
Weak.
Yeah.
Like Benjamin Button the game.
Yeah. I don't know how that would work, but I feel like
that's counterintuitive because you get used to doing things that you can no longer do.
Yeah, but like over time, you
lose that power.
You degrade over time. Yeah, and you have to find different ways to beat the peak bosses.
We might want to take this part out and
make that game.
make that game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That'd be crazy.
I don't know. I just because like when you said that you start off with
everything,
next, I was like, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because most games you start out, you super Jesus, and then something happens, and then you lose it all, so you start from scratch.
Yeah.
And that's the trope. So that you can start a new trope with that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So I might play it. It's free. Why not?
Yeah.
Mm.
And then the second game is Lego DC Supervillains.
I have that game already.
You have it already?
Yeah.
Sucks for you. I get it for free. So do you like it? Was it a good game?
So here's the thing, right? I got it for free also because I worked at GameStop.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you about this.
Yeah.
So last podcast you said you didn't buy games with money. Mm-hmm. You buy games with what did you say?
You said he didn't buy games with money. He bought it with knowledge.
Yeah. So there is if you work at like GameStop or any of these game places, there are apps that you could download and you take these stupid tests and they ask you questions about games. You pass and then you get free games.
Okay.
Oh,
or like,
okay.
That makes sense. Okay.
That's okay. Cool. All right.
Okay. That context helps.
Lego.
Yeah.
Lego. So
you had to pass tests to get games. And it wasn't all games, it was just like certain ones.
I feel so much better now that I know that. All right, so how did you feel about the Lego game? Or like, is it worth to play?
I love every Lego game, and the only reason why I haven't played that one yet is because I moved.
Oh, okay. So is it in your backlog?
It's in my library, in my PlayStation library, like just waiting. It's there. Yeah. I got the deluxe edition. Mm-hmm. So it's like every Lego game I've ever played has been amazing. Mm-hmm. I know that game is gonna be amazing. I just need some time to sit down and play it.
Yeah, they say it's like one of the best ones. So you actually it's like
Lego games are top tier.
It's 270 characters, and like this one like is focused on the villains, and like you create your own villain and you can like customize them, give them superpowers and everything like that. So
I want to say I played one on like I think the 360. Mm-hmm. Is that going back too far?
No, that's not too far.
Okay.
My son plays one on his tablet, the Batman one.
Yeah, there's a Batman one. There's like a Star Wars one. I think there's like an Indiana Jones one.
I played one of them, and I want to say it was a 360, and I do remember Jurassic it being fun. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, those games are hilariously fun.
Yeah.
All right. So then the third game is called Mortal Shell. It's a third-person action RPG game. It's like from what I'm seeing, it's like Dark Souls like. It's like a Dark Souls clone. Okay. I think last year it was nominated for like best new indie game because like the developer, they only have like 15 people that work in their company, so it's like a really, really small company.
Yeah,
I guess it's like you like you're like the character that you have is like a necrophiliac hermit crab, so he has to
Okay, time out.
So he when you first start out, he's like weak. He doesn't have like any type of powers or whatever, but there's like 4 different like bodies, different like people like around the world that you have to find. So you have to like transpose yourself into them and get their powers, so you can collect all 4, so you can like go around and like switch in between people.
Necrophilia.
They're dead.
But that's a like when you bang dead people, that's necrophilia.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. They're getting into.
I meant what I said. Yes.
So
he goes inside of them. What do you want me to say?
Okay, I was all kinds of terrible visual images.
Oh goodness.
Now I'm gonna go on record to say, Souls games make me angry, not because they're hard, but because they're called Souls games. So like I played Ninja Gaiden, and if you know Ninja Gaiden, you know that Ninja Gaiden is like stupid hard.
Right.
Like, stupid.
Right.
And then I beat that game, beat 1, I beat 2, and then Dark Souls came out and they said, oh, Dark Souls is the hardest game. I was like, it's not the hardest. And then every game after it that was just like that was a Souls game. I'm like, and it's not speaking down on the Souls. Like, Souls is a huge franchise that people love, but I'm like, I don't like games that I like being compared to Souls games because I don't like mainstream stuff most of the time. And Souls is mainstream. I'm like, I can't. So Demon Souls, the first one, I liked that game.
Okay. Didn't it, they re-released it, right? Yeah, with the upgrade PS5?
I didn't play that one.
Yeah.
Probably. They re-released everything.
Yeah. Nothing new anymore. It's just rehashed.
So yeah, that is the PlayStation Plus games coming for December. The first Tuesday of the month is when it drops. So that's either today or yesterday, depending on when you listen.
So I need to put those in my library.
That you're not gonna play.
I'm gonna play.
I mean, you already have the Lego game, so you don't need to really put that one.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm still waiting on the one PlayStation game that would kind of force me to fire it up again. Because right now, it's kind of collecting dust. I mean, it's most likely going to be Horizon. I'm kind of waiting on like.
I haven't even played that game. All I did was look at the trailer. I'm like, I'm buying that game. Special edition. I'm buying that game.
Time out. I have an announcement. So we're talking about, the PlayStation Plus games and everything like that, right? So, Bryce, you probably know this, but Halo is going to be on Game Pass.
Yes, indeed.
Like when it comes out.
Yes.
Right.
So, guess who has Game Pass now?
Me?
This guy right here.
You have Game Pass?
I have Game Pass.
For PC?
For
PC,
PlayStation?
Yeah. Okay. For PC.
Yeah. So wait, is Marcus going to be playing Halo?
I have yes. I'm going to play Halo.
So we need
I'm going to be using a PlayStation controller.
We need to make a red versus blue episode in Halo.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Red versus Blue is like a whole like Halo show where
I lived in California for a while. I know Red versus Blue is like Crips and Bloods. So is that?
Oh, true. Yeah, is that connection?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, we could have a multiplayer session, like y'all two on PC, me on Xbox, and make this happen.
Let's do it.
Yes. What is that? It's Among Us. It's Fall Guys.
Genshin.
It's those three. Genshin.
You can't forget Genshin.
Yep.
I mean, I already.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back on that. I'm gonna
Genshin is multiplayer.
Yeah.
Multiplayer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Something. Make it happen.
So yeah, I just felt like
Genshin is a lot of fun. It is, especially multiplayer.
Yeah.
We'd have to wait a little while for you to get leveled up because
Wait, what level are y'all? I can't piggyback.
You have to get to a certain level.
We can come to your world. You can't come to ours.
Oh, okay. So I can't like the whole Pokemon strategy of start the lower Pokemon first, bring them back, and then throw in the level 50.
Well, kind of. So if we come into your world, then you can go into areas that you aren't strong enough to be in, but you can't come to our worlds at all.
Okay. So I mean, there's a chance that I can level up quickly because y'all can.
We can go and we can thrash everything and because Kaching. Oh, I love Kaching.
Kaching. Who's Kaching?
That's a character.
Yeah.
Is it?
That's my chick.
Is it a boss? Is it a?
No, it's a character that you play.
Okay.
Yeah, you play.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my chick though.
Yeah, I have no clue about the Genshin lore. So
It's a different language, man. It's a different language.
yeah. All right. Speaking of a different language, this next game I cannot pronounce, but I'm just gonna say Dragon Opera S.
Danganronpa, man. Danganronpa.
What is Dragon Opera S?
So, Danganronpa is a game that not a lot of people know about. It just started in 2010.
Okay.
So if you like manga if you like manga books, you know the visual, like they're like comic books. You read them backwards. They're all pictures. No.
I know, like the Goosebumps books where you choose your own story. Like you go to page 69 if you wanted to like go to the right side of the train. If you want to go to the bus.
So you never read any of the anime books? Never, forever.
Can't say that I have.
So manga is a type of book. It's mostly illustrations. It's like a Japanese comic book, and
okay.
This game is a graphic novel, so it's basically a game version of a manga book. So there's a lot of reading, but these games are generally like murder mysteries. So essentially, somebody got murdered. You need to figure out who did it, and you basically interview people. You go around, survey, ask questions. You can get it wrong.
So.
This is the book version of 12 Minutes, Bryce. Stay away.
Oh, I am. Yeah. Please do not get me started.
Trust me, this game is nothing like anything you've ever played.
So is this like a strategy?
No.
Game?
It's not it's like a whodunit game. So if you like Clue,
okay,
it's one of those like who did the murder with what weapon where kind of games. So it's a puzzle game.
No. Okay. Okay? Let's run down the list. Is it an action? Is it an action game?
You guys are not gonna hit it because it's not an action game.
Is it adventure?
Is it?
You're exploring.
Okay.
Is it a sports game?
No sports.
Is it RPG? You level up?
No levels.
Do you catch them all?
Well, I take that back. In this new upcoming one, you have what's called I don't know what's called. I was gonna lie. But battles happen like Pokemon battles in the.
So you do catch them all. I was right.
You don't catch anything.
So
but
you
have
like spontaneous, like.
Yeah. So it's like you gotta fight monsters and blah blah blah. But the main goal is you have to find out who did the killing. Now, I have to warn you, there's a lot of fan service in this game. And if you know what fan service is, then you are looking for fan service. If you don't know what fan service is, you're probably not looking for it. So from you guys' faces, you don't know what fan service is, which is fine.
No, yeah, I know fan service. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So your first reaction when you look up Danganronpa, you're gonna get some boobs, some bikinis. Because that's something that pulls you in. Okay. And
I mean, when you say manga, it's like okay, this is like tentacle porn. Or
no, that's hentai. That's different.
Oh, okay.
See that?
Let me put my phone down. Never mind.
No. Cool. Manga is just the comic book sort of like. Dragon Ball Z, if you read that book, that's a manga book.
Okay. And that's different than anime. Anime is like the animation.
Animation, anime is just something you watch. It's an animation.
Okay, so it's like that kinda, but in paper form.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, what you were talking about with tentacles, that's a completely different genre.
Hey, I'm learning. This is a learning podcast.
Yeah, that's a completely different genre. I know a couple that are pretty funny to watch.
Hentai?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think let's just leave it there. Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
But Danganronpa comes out tomorrow as well.
Okay.
So tomorrow, Danganronpa S Ultimate Summer Camp is the one that's going to be released. I already bought it. It was $18 because it was on sale. It's going to be $50 tomorrow, but
Dang.
Graphic novel books take a lot of artwork because everything is hand drawn. It's beautiful art pieces. Ignore the random crazy things you see because it happens sometimes.
Okay.
But it's gonna be a fun game, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. And you said that's in your backlog?
It's not in my backlog. It's automatically coming to like that's the game I'm gonna play after Final Fantasy X.
So it's like,
or the next time Final Fantasy X makes me mad, I'm playing that game.
So it's like at the same level of like Metroid when it first came out for you.
No.
He would have put Final Fantasy down for Metroid.
Okay.
Yeah. If I didn't beat Metroid already, Final Fantasy wouldn't even stand a chance.
Okay, so Danganronpa is like the sixth man. If you have like Final Fantasy X is the starting now
game currently.
But then like it's a bad foul and you gotta bench him. you bring it in.
Danganronpa's coming in.
Okay.
So let's start the day with Big Brain Academy. Get my
mental right. Yeah.
Get my mental juices flowing, and then later on in the day I'm gonna play Final Fantasy. I know Final Fantasy is gonna make me angry again. I can feel it in my soul, just from that first. I'm like, this game is gonna try my patience, and I can tell. There's a Blitzball game I know is coming, and it's going to piss me off to no end. I know.
You still got a little ways until the Blitzball, but you're good.
All right.
That's what she said.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Blitzball. Like what happens when you blitz? You go in.
What's the next topic?
All right, so moving right along. This next game, I think it's the third or fourth Bethesda game we're gonna talk about. So this is definitely like Bethesda.
Bethesda has a hot year.
Yeah. Well, Fallout 76 is releasing their season 7 on December 8th, and it is entitled what is it? It's called Zorbo's Revenge. Now, when Fallout 76 initially released, this was like several years ago now. This was like my most anticipated game almost ever, because I had so much fun with Fallout 3. I had so much fun with Fallout 4. I was like waiting for Fallout 76.
I'm so sorry.
And like this was supposed to be their first like live service, like semi MMO game, like in the Fallout universe. I was in their like their beta test and like testing it out too, like before the full release, and like everything was good. When that game initially came out, it was such a disappointment. It was a broken game. Tried to do several missions, like tried to open up a mailbox to get my mission, couldn't do it. Was stuck. Couldn't progress. Couldn't do anything because the mailbox wouldn't open up. And it was an early mission too. And it was just so many bugs that I couldn't. I got seriously pissed off at Bethesda. So much so that from that point, any Bethesda game that came out, I was like, no. Because of that. But Fallout 76 is still kicking, so much so that they're in season 7 of their live service. So,
well, I would argue that it's not that it's alive and kicking, it's that Bethesda is doubling down because the software as a service model is really popular right now with most people. So like, we're gonna make this thing, and even if people don't like it right now, we're gonna keep adding on to it because they're gonna buy that. So like with mini games that we end up playing, like they just release update after update after update, and then like you don't get a new one, and you just like keep playing this, and they just keep adding on.
Why do you have that if you don't? Never mind.
Oh, it's unopened. Like
I know,
this is how extensive my backlog is. Like this is an unopened Grand Theft Auto 5, and I only
for
bought
our
it.
listeners. Yeah, he has opened like a box of Grand Theft Auto 5.
But I bought it because it was on sale. It was like $20, and I was like, you know what? I'll grab it. And I just have it open because I was never into Grand Theft Auto except for 3. Like Grand Theft Auto 3 and what was the one with the
San Andreas?
With CJ.
San Andreas, yeah.
So I'm like, those are the only 2 that I played because the rest of them I was like, I don't really care. So it's one of those situations where it's like, you know, they're gonna keep coming out with updates for that game because people are still playing it, and they're like, buy this game, please.
And this is definitely one of those situations where, much like Cyberpunk, I think I might get my toe into the waters, try to see, because this came out on the Xbox One, and this is probably 2015, I think.
Fallout 76?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay.
That long ago.
It wasn't that long ago because, so I was at GameStop in Jacksonville. So it was like 2019.
No way.
That sounds about right.
It was 2019. Because in 2018, I was playing Fallout 3 on my computer to unwind because I was just blowing heads off. Like,
okay, it was 2018.
See. Fallout 3 was like that was like therapy for me, so
yeah, Fallout 3
I know
was
that
awesome.
wall. Yeah.
I may dip my toe in it, but I don't know because Bethesda. But I mean, they had Deathloop. I know, Marcus, you're kind of like,
I'm gonna try.
It's on the fence.
Yeah,
Deathloop's on the fence. Fallout 76 is on the fence. Skyrim was good, but it's buggy and it's old. Like it's super old.
And then Starfield for next year. We'll see about that as well. So another game that's kind of in that season mode is Fortnite. I haven't played Fortnite, but yeah,
we're gonna play Fortnite.
Yeah, we got
this is gonna happen. We're gonna play.
We're
Fortnite.
gonna play Fortnite.
Yeah, gotta add it to the list.
We're gonna play Fortnite.
Oh,
we're gonna play Fortnite. So their season or chapter 2 is coming to an end on the 4th. So by the time this comes out, it would have already happened. The last chapter 1, I was actually in the game when that happened. It was pretty cool. It was like you stand there and then like different time rips came through and different missiles, and then like the world blew up and then you were just at a black screen. So like the game was stuck in like that black screen state for like 2 days until the next season started.
Yep. Okay.
It's cool. I mean, so like this Saturday the 4th, like 30 minutes before, you can jump into the lobby, and then the whole one-time event happens, and see what happens for the end of the world, I guess, for the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna download Fortnite on my PlayStation 5 just to
experience it.
Look at it, just to experience it. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I can look on YouTube and do it, but
what's interesting about Fortnite is most of us who don't play it are like, we hate it. But I have to admit, like, from the outside, like, they've had concerts in there.
Yeah.
Like, Thanos was there. Like, Fortnite is crazy, and I hate it. They got
Jordans. Like, they have a cool 11 like DLC or something like that happen. They have
this game is.
It looks fun. I've never played it, but it looks fun.
Season 3 is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Chapter 3.
I admit, Fortnite sometimes looks like fun, but other times I'm like, this is a ridiculous like ridiculous game, and you got to pay for like dance moves, and then when someone's dancing in front of you, it's like
you don't have to pay.
You don't have to, but it's like if I see somebody in Destiny, somebody was doing something that I wanted, and I was like, I have to go and buy that now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you don't have to pay them.
Yeah, I think
if you play enough, you get like that free currency to like get a chance to in Destiny. But I know in Fortnite, like you get like those free battle pass. So I paid for the battle pass once, and in the battle pass you get enough coins to get free money. So like the rest of the season, I never pay for again. So you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay, Lawrence.
Yeah, and I think I have an affinity towards Fortnite because it's what drew me into my favorite streamer. So my favorite streamer online is Stone Mountain 64, and that's how I started to really get into like watching streaming games online, is because he would play Fortnite, and like he's so good that it just made watching Fortnite like look so fun. And interesting. Yeah, so that's why I kind of have an affinity towards Fortnite, because I would literally watch like his streams like I watch like TV TV cable. I just watch for like 2 hours. Yeah.
So favorite streamer, Dashy XP.
Okay.
His energy, like he only plays Nintendo games.
Yeah.
But he's really bad. Oh, and he plays like other games like Happy Wheels Madness. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that game.
Okay.
But he's terrible at these games, and you watch him be terrible at these games. And it's like I watch people like who are just bad, like him, the Rad Brad, like they're just awful at these games. And it's like, I can play this game better than you, and then you go and play the game, and it's like, yeah, see, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Those are like those Facebook ads where you see them and they're doing like the dumbest thing, like what?
It's like, oh, I have 5. Let me go to this 9. Come on.
Yeah. It's good marketing. I mean, it gets you to play the game.
Can you survive the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah. All right, so we are getting we're actually overtime right now, but I do still want to get to our question though. I think this is an interesting one for this week. So the question of the week this week is, if you could only play one video game for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? So I'm gonna throw it to Lawrence first. Like, what would be game that you would play?
My initial answer, since I'm first, I'm gonna cheat, is the Persona series. Now,
okay. You said the series, not the game.
Yeah. I started with Persona 5. So if you made me pick like just one singular like forever game, it'd be Persona 5.
Okay.
Royal.
Okay. Okay.
But if you made me, I picked the Persona series because so I started with Persona 5. Persona 5 is an amazing game. If you haven't played it, you need to play it. And if you have any doubts about it, you
add to the backlog. Yeah.
Like and I'm gonna tell you, it's the gameplay and the music. Like I'm a musician. The music in that game is like amazing. Yep. Like it's high energy when it needs to be. It's like low energy when like you're just chilling with your friend. Like the dynamic of that game is amazing, and the flow of that is ridiculous. I played Persona 5 for 200 hours, and then they remade it, and Persona 5 Royal, they added a new character. All they did was add a new character. I played that game also for 200 hours. And it was exactly the same game with a little bit of story added at the end. Yep. So I played about 400 hours on a game. That game, hands down, I have no problem putting that game in the system right now and playing it again right now.
Wow, that's
because
what's up.
Like that game, like you play it, you find like little hidden things, like there's like little inside jokes. You can date everyone in your party except for like the 2 dudes. There are people who are actually asking for it, because one of the dudes is kind of like androgynous,
Okay.
So there's actually like fan clubs saying they wanted to be able to romance that guy.
Got it. Okay.
Because in past personas there was a guy you could romance, because he was on the fence. He was like, I don't know if I like guys or girls. Long story short, like this game is nuts. Like,
okay,
if I tell you what you do in the game, it's gonna sound ridiculous, but like there's a lot of time wasters in that game, and just the music score alone makes you want to just have the game on and just clean your house. Yeah, just turn on a battle, turn the music up, and you could vacuum. Just, you never see it coming. Like
is that the one of the songs?
The song?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Every song in that game is catchy. Like it's on my Spotify playlist. Like that's how serious this score is. Like it's for real.
So all right, that's legit. Like you've convinced me to put it in my backlog. Yeah, like that.
Persona 5 is that good.
Okay. All right. So for my game, if I could only play one video game for the rest of my life, it would be Breath of the Wild. It was one of those games where, like how you said that you spent like 200 hours playing it originally for Persona 5. I played Breath of the Wild for nearly 200 hours. And I feel like any game where you're spending hundreds of hours in, I think it definitely makes the list of like games that you'll be okay with playing, forever, for the rest of your life. So
did you beat Master Mode?
I did not. No, I didn't. I didn't even know.
What is your life about?
Sorry, I didn't go back and play Master Mode.
So how the reason why I say that, because you say you could play that game if you had one game you could play, but you didn't even finish the game. Like
I did play the game. I did finish it.
No, you didn't beat Master Mode. Am I missing something?
So, what? Okay. Yeah, you need to beat Master Mode.
That's what I'm...
You said Master Mode?
Yeah. So, Breath of the Wild had like this crazy DLC. You get the DLC, it adds on like all this stuff at the end. You can upgrade your Master Sword.
Yep.
But that's DLC though. That's extra.
Well, it counts.
Yeah, that's the game. That's a part of the game.
But it's but it's extra.
Throw it in the bag.
So I mean, are we counting DLC for?
Well, he put the whole Persona. He put the whole Persona in there.
Yeah, I said all Persona, but if you maybe pick one, it'd be Persona 5 Royal, which essentially is Persona 5 with like massive amounts of DLC.
Yeah.
But they made a whole disc about it, so it's a little different, but.
So I mean, this might be a topic for another episode, but I mean, are we saying that someone has to download and play the DLC to count as playing the game?
As
no,
beating
not if.
It.
Yeah, as beating
so
it.
I would
yes.
So for Far Cry 6.
Yeah.
So I'm about to finish the main game this weekend. So now I have to play each expansion pack in order to quote unquote beat the game.
That's why they made them.
Okay,
like
y'all are trolling right now.
No,
y'all are trolling right now.
Especially if it's that good of a game, and like if it's the one game you would play for the rest of your life.
Persona
Why would you
Royal,
not play? Why would you not play the DLC?
I'm not saying I wouldn't. I just said I didn't.
No.
I feel like y'all trolling. Y'all are trolling right now, man.
No.
Look, I guess it depends on the game. Cause I'll be honest, I didn't beat Master Mode either. I was like, I don't feel like dealing with all that nonsense. There's a lot of crazy things that start happening in Master Mode, and I'm like, I have the DLC though.
All right, so moving on, because I feel like I'm being trolled right now. Marcus, what would be the one game that you would play for the rest of your life?
So I had all this time, and I still don't know. I don't know if I want to play a game where like the story is good that I can just replay it over and over and over again, or if I want to play a game that changes so it's a different experience every single time. So the two games that I'm tossing up in between is either Destiny or Final Fantasy X. So I say Final Fantasy X because that I can play that game and play the story and do all the missions and catch all the monsters and get all the master weapons, and I can do that for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. But at a certain point, it's gonna get to a point where you just get too OP, where like you can't do anything else. In Destiny though, there's the game, there's always going to be, you can do the raids and everything is different, and then there's the PvP part. So PvP is always a different experience every single time you play someone, so that kind of adds that different layer of flavor to the question. I don't know, like a little variety is the spice of life, so I don't know. I can't answer. I'm pleading the fifth. I don't know.
I mean that's those are two like solid games that I imagine it's going to be on multiple people's lists.
I've been playing Destiny
since it came out.
8 years maybe.
Yeah, so that's
a long time.
That's yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So you started at the first Destiny.
I started at the beta. Like I have a picture on my Facebook like of me playing the beta with on the moon, because I was just like, this is dope. So. Before the game came out, I was playing Destiny.
I will admit Destiny was a lot of fun while I was playing it. Like crazy fun. You level up really fast. So like I started the game and Marcus was already level 20, and like it took me one day of grinding hard to get to level 20, and then I was able to like run raids and
yeah.
I mean, it gets crazy, but Destiny is a lot of fun. So
it's just a lot. It's a lot to do.
Yeah.
So that's if I'm playing a game for the rest of my life, I want a lot of things to do.
Exactly.
I don't want to just do the same thing over and over and over again.
Yep.
I don't know.
All right, no, that's fair.
Making me kind of want to download Destiny again and
jump back
around
into
and see
it.
what's new.
Yeah.
I haven't played it since I left Virginia.
The Bungie 30th anniversary version, or not version, but DLC comes out on Tuesday.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's you're not gonna play. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
You gotta add to the backlog.
Destiny that game you can add to your backlog though. Like if you're not playing, you're missing out on stuff.
Yeah.
Like I missed out on no spoilers, Cade 6 dying. I missed out on like crazy amounts of things in Destiny, and
it's a lot. Freaking Osiris is not Osiris.
Osiris isn't Osiris?
No, Osiris was Savathun.
What?
You don't. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's the Witch Queen that's coming out in February. So. Another DLC.
All right, so we are way over time.
Well, slightly, like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm almost done with my bottle. So
do y'all want to go on to closes or keep it going or?
We go ahead and close it because
yeah,
an hour is a good minute to listen to us talk about games.
All right, so Marcus, let's close this out.
All right, so yeah, I'm Marcus, M-.111 on the PlayStation, M.111 on Xbox Live, because for some reason the Xbox doesn't like hyphens. I don't know why that is. But yeah, I'm out here.
Cool.
I'm gonna finish my bottle. Y'all do that too. I can't even talk.
All right, Lawrence.
So I am your shyness, your _CHI_NESS on PlayStation and on Nintendo. On Xbox, take out all of the underscores because Xbox says it must be 12 characters, and they don't like they don't like underscores either. So I'm on there as well. My profile picture on Xbox is 2B. If you don't know who 2B is, then you need to become better with your games. I'll talk more about her probably next episode. But find me, challenge me in anything, because win or lose, I'm gonna play you, and it's gonna be fun. And let's just get it in.
I'm gonna challenge you in Fortnite.
All right. And I am Bryce at This Is Ekyrb, ECYRB on Twitter and your favorite console and PC. Yeah, and with that, we'll close it out. We'll see you next time.